Hey, folks, and what do I got these on for? Let's try this again. Hey, folks, welcome to Los Smoky Room. Um, the reason I'm doing this video today, mainly I am just really sick up and fed to here with the racial bullshit that's going on. The Let's Get Whitey movement has really picked up a lot of steam because we're evil people, and especially me, since I got that symbol of hatred on my wall. And I've been through that in other videos, maybe another video I'll do and explain to you how I see the Confederate battle flag. Because that's what it is. That was the flag that was used in a battle, so divisions and regiments and so on and so forth knew where each other were on the battlefield. But they were fighting for slavery, Joe. No, they weren't. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. You want to do research, go right ahead. Now, the Biden administration, along with his prostitute vice president, good old Miss Peanut Butter Legs. You've heard that one, right? She was called Peanut Butter Legs in high school because she was easy to spread. So they have really ramped up this whole thing about systemic racism. And I watched, I believe it was the guy that's going to be the new AG, I believe, and watched him stutter all the way through that whole questioning period of how he saw systemic racism. I'm befuddled because we had a part black president. So if we had systemic racism, how did Barack Obama become president? How was Maxine Waters in a, she should be put in a mental institution and really seriously consider doing something with her face, because that is the ugliest creature walking the face of this earth, along with her personality, which fits it perfectly. Now I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, well, the president's allowed to do that. I guess I can too. Did anybody see that? He's like reading these names. Where am I? Anyway, and his wife was like right by his side. No matter where this guy is, his wife is like right by his side. I find that strange. I think she's there like to, our president. Yes, so here we are, basically being singled out, as evil people because of the color of our skin. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's called prejudice, I believe. And you're really, at this point, there really isn't much we can do about it because we have probably more than a couple of generations that grew up in this environment of political correctness and whitey is bad. Starting with the Civil War, and now that we've seen all the statues get knocked down and all that, so that way they can erase history, but yet they keep bringing it up. You know what I mean? So there we are with that. We got, look, as a people, and anybody that knows me ought to know I'm not a racist. And I'm not defending myself. What I am doing is explaining to you. Man, I can barely see through these glasses anyway. But I'm explaining to you my beliefs and my feelings. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. Now, if hey, I got a best friend. At least I kind of think he is. I don't know. You know, when he found out that I was supporting Donald Trump, he basically flat out called me a racist, and I shrugged it off. Well, I didn't really shrug it off because I threw him out of the house. I didn't, we made up, okay? I sent him flowers, we kissed each other, and a box of candy, you know. But we're still friends. We just do not discuss politics. No. Now, this is a guy I knew since third grade, and I'm not going to allow something like politics to get into the middle of that. That just ain't going to happen. As far as I'm concerned. He may feel differently. I don't know. And that's fine. He's allowed to have his feelings. So where we go from here and how we handle this and whether or not we could turn it around is a whole nother thing. I don't see how that can happen other than a very charismatic guy like Donald Trump, who mentioned yesterday that he's going to be running for president in 24, can bring the country together. Because what we have now is divisiveness. The Democrats are all about divisiveness. Let me rephrase that. The swamp creature globalists, those parasitic maggots on Capitol Hill, are divisive. And they are divisive for one reason only. They want to keep your eye on this hand while this hand is doing something else. That something else is opening up our borders, rearranging laws so that basically they'll say you can vote, but you see how well the mail-in ballots worked for a certain group of people, right? We saw that. Well, they want to maintain that. Like I've been saying just about in every video I've made. I believe it's called HR 1. I think so. Yeah, it's HR 1. Gets into that whole thing about, yeah. So, and anybody that can think, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're a critical thinker. You must have seen that coming. You saw it through immediately. Like, well, they got away with this time. Why wouldn't they get away with it again? I mean, it would be idiotic for them to not try it again. It worked so well. So let's do it again, guys. You know? That's how that is. So, unless something is done about it, now, Donald Trump hit on that yesterday. Thank God for that. You know, we got somebody that's willing to stand up to home plate and try and hit one out of the field. And get this whole thing put right. Because in 24, if we are still here with these people in Washington, and I don't see. There's a very good possibility that this mindless old man is going to do something really stupid to piss somebody off, and either it's going to be an EMT or they're just going to nuke us. I mean, because the rest of the world sees us as a weakling. Look, Obama did all the apologizing and all the bowing. You remember when he gave the Queen of England, what did he give her? An MP3 player? He probably got it at Walmart. What are you doing? Anyway, and that was after he removes the bust of Winston Churchill from the White House. That went over real well. But this is about getting whitey. Look, don't back down. Be nice to people. That freaks people the hell out. I remember once I was in a parking lot. I had my Trump shirt on. I had a Trump flag on my car. And this elderly lady, I was at ShopRite, I could tell she's having trouble wheeling her cart to her car, which was about maybe 3-4 cars down from mine. And she's kind of giving me the eye, So I walked over there, and I think she thought maybe I was going to argue with her. Excuse me, ma'am, but you mind? Could I help you put those groceries in your car for you? She couldn't believe it, and she was very happy. And I made a buddy. And I just, if I'm wearing my Trump gear, I try to be the nicest guy possible. Okay? Unless you come up to me in a way where it's going to make it difficult, then I do not become friendly. I'll bite back, So that would be one way of combating that, but the best way to combat that is put people to work, man. And this guy, look, the administration we have now, they're not about putting people to work. Believe me, they're not about putting people to work. So that's really pretty much it. I'm really hoping that things work out to where we're still here in 24 and that we would be able to actually have a legitimate vote. And like I said, I would like to put together a citizens not committee, a citizens group of poll watchers that would stand there in shifts and just make sure no shenanigans take place. Those doesn't that sound Irish? Like St. Paddy's Day, shenanigan. Hey, happy shenanigans or something. Never mind. For me, it's still early. So, yeah, that's one thing we could do. There's a lot of things we could do. But a lot of people are getting very tired of the get on whitey thing. And it's getting old, and it can get very dangerous also. And they're accomplishing, though, their goal. I don't take that out on black people. I just don't, unless, like I said, somebody gets in my face, then I will. But, so there you have it. Keep it in mind that what they are doing is it's got nothing to do with race. It's not about me being an Italian American and them being African American, if they want to call themselves that. When I was in the Army, I did some training in Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland, and we had a contingent of African troops. I forgot where they were from. I can't quite remember. But they couldn't stand the American black people. And the black guys couldn't understand why. And speaking to some of these African guys, they said, well, you're not African. You're calling yourself African American. You couldn't even point Africa out on a frickin' map. And you're going to call yourself African American? What part of Africa? Yeah, let's go there. You're African American. Where do your ancestors come from? What part of Africa? You know? But yet now they are talking about reparations. Reparations. William Ellis and his ancestors. That'll be interesting. He was a black slave owner, along with about 87 other black slave owners. So, do their ancestors pay reparations? I'm wondering. That would be quite interesting, and I hope when this goes to committee and all this other crap, somebody brings it up. You know? Oh, by the way, you know. And guess what? He had white slaves too. I don't know. I think some of them came from Ireland. I think. I got to do some more research on that. Do those people's ancestors get reparations? Look, the whole reparations thing is ridiculous. It really is. It's just absolutely ridiculous. You know, I really do not think that'll happen. And watch them pass it tomorrow, right? That'll be funny as hell. So, with that being said, I'm gonna bid adieu. Yes, indeedy, duteous. All right? And with that, take care of yourself. Remember, prepare water, drinkable water, lots of it. An alternate source of energy, a generator perhaps, that runs off of propane and gasoline. An inverter generator really is what you need. A regular generator is not going to be good for your computer and da-da-da-da-da. You need a inverter generator. Food. Like I have some freeze-dried and all that other good stuff. And I have a lot of it put away in case of an emergency. Medications, if you're on medications, make sure you have your medications, lots of it. If you can get hold of antibiotics, keep them on hand. You never know when you'll need them. Especially with a tooth problem or something, you know, the antibiotics will really help with that. And that's about it. With all of that, oh yeah, you know, your firearms and your ammo. Keep them dry, keep them hidden. You know, you never know. They're coming after your guns. They said as much. They're coming after our guns. Okay? Now, when that really starts to happen, all bets are off. That's when the doo-doo really hits the fan. When they start actually knocking at you. I don't even think they'll knock at your doors. They'll probably just kick them in at that point. You know. And so, all right, folks. You take care.